Hi. So it's actually midday, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, to be honest. And that's a lot earlier for my videos, obviously. But surprisingly, we've got the entire Dynamite card already. Well, you know, the thing that's confirmed. So I'm going to do my predictions now because I won't get home till late and, you know, it's easier for me. So, might not come out at midday, but you get the point. So, our first thing that's, like, announced is we have the return of Jim Ross, which I don't know what they're going to do with this segment. I don't know if they're going to do, like, a Sting thing where he announces, like, this is going to be his last few months as commentating or what, because the guy's health's more important, obviously. But in general, I mean, JR's JR. Like, I don't have the greatest opinions of JR. I think it's funny as hell. But, I mean, I don't know. There's the stuff with JR I don't really love. But, you know, he's good at what he does. You can't deny that. So, it's glad to see him back in good health. But the fact that they're advertising a segment makes me think they're going to announce, like, he's on his way out or something. Which, we've kind of been... I don't want to say we've had Brian on commentary, which I'm obviously going to love. So, I'm not going to complain about that. But I think they'll announce, like, Jim Ross is going to have, like, his last pay-per-view is going to be All In. That's it. You know, something like that. But it feels like they wouldn't advertise Jim Ross coming back like that. You know, I don't know what it is. It's just, that's weird to me, but nice to have him back, I guess. But I feel like they announce there's not long left for the guy in terms of commentating. So, hooray, whatever. After that, we have Willow having her celebration of winning the TBS title off Mercedes. 2 belts Willow is going to be great. It'll be a town hall. I assume she'll have, like, the conglomeration and stuff with her. Mercedes might come out. I don't know. I feel like Mercedes... If this is the thing with losing the TBS belt, it's like it makes sense for her to lose, you know, against Willow because it's a great call. But then because there's so many left, you know she's not going to be so inactive. So it felt like after the TBS, you feel like she'd have a massive break because she deserves that, but she's not so. Well, you'd assume not so. I don't know if Mercedes might come out here. You might get a Fina. I would love... The one thing I asked for was more stats. I really would. I feel like they've got to develop her and start family burying the hatchet. Because that was the best moment of Dynamite that night. Just them, even the win, but her and Stat family hugging was great. So that's my biggest hope is Statlander's there. They might set up a tag match for Collision or, you know, a tag match for Willow and Harley versus... Or a trios match with Willow, Harley and Stat versus Mercedes, Athena, and... I don't know, you could give someone else. I don't really know. I'm trying to think who... Like, she has... Maybe Marie... No, maybe Megan Bain? Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you could probably do, but... As long as we get Statlander there, that's the main thing. I want that interaction to have some actual dialogue. But, yeah, that should be fun. I'm happy Willow's won the belt, so that's it, really. After that, we have a trios match. We have Ricochet and GOA, The Demand, versus Jet Speed and Jungle Jack Perry. Obviously, Luchasaurus being injured. This is a follow-up from the National Belt match they had last week on Dynamite, on New Year's Smash, or whatever it was called. So, I want to say I feel like one of the Jet Speed will win with Jack Perry. I think Ricochet will get pinned again, leading to another National Belt challenge. Do I think it'll be... Speedball makes the most sense, but I would kill for Kevin Knight versus Ricochet. That could be excellent. But either or, I don't think you do Perry again. I feel like it's got to be Speedball or Kevin, so I would kill for that. But it could be Perry again. They could try and build that a bit more. I did say last time, I do hope we get more of Perry and Ricochet. I feel like that could be a fun little series of matches. So I would like that. But I feel like we're going to get Speedball or Kevin Knight because either one of those guys versus Ricochet would be incredible. What a match that could be. But I'm looking forward to this match. I think Jet Speed will win. I'm always nice to see GOA. So, and I hope they get some good minutes as a tag because I feel like them versus Jet Speed just as a tag match in general could be phenomenal. So, in a trios match, Adam Ricochet and Jack Perry, yeah, this match could be really good. I'm really looking forward to this. So, after this, on our card, we have Toni Storm versus Marina Shafir. It feels a bit weird that they're doing this now, to be perfectly honest. It feels like they've built this for a while, and to just have it on a Dynamite feels out of nowhere. I don't feel like this ends like this. I feel like we get an interference in the way. But I don't really know. I feel like this... Either this doesn't have a definitive winner, or they build this up and they have I think they have Marina win, and then they keep building this for the Australia card, or Grand Slam Australia, which isn't that far away, so that feels like what we could do, and I feel like that makes sense. You could have that as a Aussie-born street fighter, or, whatever name they give it, but points basically a street fighter with no holds barred. Look, you give them to a steel cage match, I'd fuck with that heavy. So I feel like the options, I feel like you gotta have Marina win, but you gotta leave this open. This isn't the end of them two having one-on-one matches. So I'm glad that Marina Shafir's getting a one-on-one match too. It's been far too long we've got this anticipated. So I think Marina Shafir wins, and it'll be a big, oh god, she beat Tony, and how dominant of a champ Tony was. It's a big moment, but yeah, I feel like they're going to build up to a Grand Slam Australia with this, which makes all the sense in the world. After this, we have Bandido versus Sammy Guevara. I don't know why Sammy Guevara is on AEW Dynamite. I don't like the guy, but I want Bandido to destroy Sammy Guevara here. I don't think he will. I think it'll be a closer match than what it should be, really. But I think Bandido should win. It's not for the ROH belt, which is weird. At least it doesn't say on the poster. It's not for their belt, so a bit weird. But the obvious call is Bandido's match next week at Maximum Carnage is against MJF for the AEW Men's World title. So it feels like it makes more sense because MJF's got appears live in Tulsa tonight sort of thing. So I feel like that'll be during this match. Or I think this match could be costed by MJF because it's not for the belt. I feel like that stands out to me where, okay, so you could have a DQ finish and who's going to care? It's only Sammy Guevara. So I feel like that could be the way to go. Have that happen, then MJF jump and Brody King runs out, and then nothing really happens. You maybe have Brody have a match with Max or something. I don't really know, but point is that could be the way. I feel like this will definitely tie into MJF's segment, so I'm not going to do another segment on that. But I feel like that's the way they're definitely going to go. The match should be fine. It depends how long they give it to breathe, if it is an interference or not. I love Bandido. Sammy Guevara, even though I don't like the guy, I don't think he's really that good at the character work. The guy's decent at wrestling. I think he's not improved, but, it's not a bad level. But, yeah, I feel like this will be the MJF segment. I feel like MJF will either attack Bandido, causing something to do with Brody, or we'll have a promo against the two. Or I think the interference is on. I think that's what's going to happen. I think MJF's going to cost Bandido the match. After this, we got one of the most anticipated matches of the night, which is Jon Moxley versus Shelton Benjamin for the Continental Belt. I think this match will be really good. I think this could be the opener. I feel like it should be, realistically, the amount of anticipation going on for this match. I think Moxley wins. I think it'd be silly not to. I feel like the match will be hard-hitting. I think Shelton... I don't think the match will be too long. Again, I don't think, like, Shelton's 50, right? Like I said, he's 50. So, I mean, the guy can't really have half an hour, 60-minute marathons. He can't. He's probably going to have a 10 to 15-minute match. But with Moxley, who can just go at any point, he's probably going to step the level up. I feel like this match will be quite intense, quite quick, quite hard-hitting. All of the above. I'm really looking forward to this. Again, I think Moxley wins. I don't think Moxley wins via, Death Riders interference or whatever. It's Continental Championship, they can't. But I don't know, I just feel like this match, there's not too much to say about it in terms of, I think this will happen. I just think it'll be a great match. I think I think Shelton and Moxley can really work with each other quite well. He seems to have, quite blendable styles. So, and Moxley is just on the run of a lifetime, really, so it makes more sense just, to give Jon Moxley whoever the hell he wants, and that's what it looks like they're doing. Really looking forward to this. I think we might get a setup for the next match after the Continental. I don't know who there could be. I mean, it feels like there's guys Moxley wants to work with. I don't know who you could give. I mean, who? Who could you give, really? That's what I'm looking forward to, see who else to give. I mean, unless they don't have the belt on next week, but for Jon Moxley, that doesn't seem likely. It seems Jon Moxley will just fight every week till he's on Death's Door. So, after this, our main event is one of the most anticipated matches we've had for a while in terms of storytelling-wise. It is lights out steel cage match, or just a lights out match. I don't think it's steel cage, I forget. It's Swerve and Hangman teaming up again versus Hook and Hobbs. I feel like this makes sense to have Swerve and Hangman lose. It does via Shibata and Joe getting involved. I feel like Shibata's got to have a involvement in this match. I feel like I said this about the last match they teamed up about Swerve and Hangman, and I do believe they should lose because they should be able to get on so well. But they're both so brutal and frankly similar that it makes sense. And Hook should be absolutely getting the shit beaten out of him. That's what should happen. But I think that will. Hobbs is going to be the interesting case because I think Hobbs will shine in this match. I really do. Swerve looked great in the four. He said that Hangman, but Swerve really did. So I'm looking forward to seeing Swerve and Hobbs specifically. Again, I do think, personally, I think it'll get brutal. I think Hook will look out of his depth, which, shock. But that's why I think Shibata running in will be such a big deal. And Joe will eventually get involved. I'd be baffled if Joe isn't involved. But I feel like this will just build. I don't think this is the end of their feud. I feel like this is going to, again, set something up for either Australia or Maximum Carnage. So it feels a bit weird. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like the win makes sense for either side. Again, I do believe it makes more sense to give Hobbs and Hook the win just for, against Swerve and Hangman. I don't think they should team up that well, but I get why they do. They've clearly shown that they can. So maybe Swerve and Hangman win and they just honestly destroy them. If they do win, they have to, like, destroy them with no, like, debate. Has to be, like, Hook's basically dead. That's what it should be. But I do think Shibata and Joe get involved in this. And probably a lot of Ops Dojo, like, just madness. I would like to see Eddie. Eddie and Ortiz could be fun in here. That could be fun. So Joe and Shibata run in, so it's all for the Ops. And then Swerve and Hangman out of it, then Eddie and Ortiz come in and setting up a 4v4. That could be excellent. I could really enjoy that. I think that is something that a lot of people won't expect just because how Eddie's been handled. But I'd like that. I think that's a great way to go. So that's what we have confirmed. Do I think much will get confirmed after that? I mean, I think the big thing and the big elephant in the room really is, do we get something with Andrade since Wrestle Kingdom he was announced and confirmed as AEW talent? I don't think we get that now. I feel like they'll definitely allude to something at Wrestle Kingdom, but I don't think we'll get an Andrade announcement. I feel like they're going to wait for that for a bigger occasion, but we all know he's basically there. I haven't seen, we have Stokely. Stokely feels like a collision thing, so maybe not. Statlander, definitely, but I feel like Statlander will be involved in the Willow thing. Stuff like this. I don't know. I feel like this Dynamite's going to be quite... There's going to be something good. All matches are going to be good as always. But I feel like backstage segments, I mean, I think it's just going to be a basic, oh, we get something with the Death Riders and Moxley. Oh, we get something with MJF. I think the only thing that I really would like is to set something up further for Stat. That's it. I think that's the one thing I ask for. I don't expect the Elite because the book's out. And Kenny not having... Kenny being in the whale picture makes sense, actually. You could have Kenny against Max. I forgot about that. Like in a promo, maybe, like Kenny walks past him or some shit. But I feel like that's too early. I feel like you got to have Kenny have matches first before we do that. But maybe. I don't think that much will happen backstage. I feel like the Dynamite card looks really good. I think they'll give Swerve and Hangman versus the Ops a lot of time. So maybe we get Eddie backstage and Ortiz maybe. But maybe. The point is, I'm really looking forward to this Dynamite. I think it's going to be really good. What do you think will happen on Dynamite tonight? You looking forward to it? Again, this is really early for me to put the video out. If I haven't put it out like by 10 o'clock tonight. But point is, I recorded it like midday. But are you looking forward to it? What do you think will happen? And do you think that... I'm trying to think of the question. Do you think that Sammy Guevara will somehow win this match? Because I swear to God, I hope not. I really hope not.